When the Caudillo of Octavium ordered ground forces to march against Teutonia in the winter of 1944, he ordered the requisitioning of civilian vessels to carry soldiers in case a landing on Teutonian soil proved plausible. Many liners had to undergo refitting, having their lavish furniture and paneling removed to make space for hundreds of fighting men. To the delight of Octavium maritime officials, a class of fast, small, but spacious mixed passenger cargo ships were at hand. The Lewis was one of them. With a service speed of 8 knots, performance of the Caudillo class was nothing to marvel at. But their affordability in construction and fuel made them suitable for a potential offensive by sea. Boilers powered a small triple expansion steam engine, which, at maximum speed, could push 10 knots. 2 large cargo holds provided plenty of space for goods, and their nimble size made it effective for quickly evacuating civilians. In 1945, Teutonia's stunning military victories over Octavium led to an order by Truspart that civilian vessels were to assemble and bring loyalists and refugees further south as Teutonia pushed Octavium closer to Madrid. What was thought to be an ordinary run by the crew would quickly be fraught with paranoia, as reports of submarine activity grew steadily. A dozen vessels were already hit, but Captain Roderick Winslow, an experienced American sailor, knew they were under strict orders to steam south before their vessel could fall into Teutonian hands. Important members were aboard, too, with state secrets that could threaten national security. Despite these strict orders, another Caudillo-class vessel turned in, hoping to wait until nightfall to cover their escape. After all, Octavian ports were not far, but for this same reason, Winslow ordered all boilers lit and full steam ahead. At 10:05 a.m. on February 3rd, in contested waters north of Octavium and west of Teutonian-occupied France, the Octavian refugee ship, Louis, was struck on the starboard bow. In 7 minutes, hundreds, many of them women and children, drowned or were killed by explosion. Newspapers quickly ran headlines that a civilian ship was unjustly sunk by Teutonian action. It was not long before the Octavian government responded.
In this time of great crisis, in this poignant hour, our nation has been the victim of yet another terrifying and unwarranted act of terror by the invading Teutonic menace. An unarmed refugee ship, fleeing the brutal advance of the Teutonic armies through our fair land, in an intentional act of escalation, was sunk. Many have perished, among them women and children, along with its brave and gallant crew. Rest assured, this affront to human decency and its very nature will not go unanswered. Ave Octavium, Ave Christus Rex.
Within hours of the sinking, Octavium classified the attack as an act of wartime terror. All Teutonian naval vessels were declared hostile on sight. Propaganda quickly sprung up, certain there were no survivors. Not only that, but Louis was given no warning. As Captain Stuart Fuller noted, they violated every maritime convention that still pretends to exist. They have pushed our armies back, and in this moment of opportunity, they gave Octavian citizens a potent hatred. But what do I know about war? Perhaps nothing. The loss of your wife, husband, or child is sure to cause a man to do cruel things. Whoever causes him this should tread carefully. The next morning, Teutonia's government discreetly revealed to the Cadeo that 8 survivors were rescued. They were sent by escort back into Madrid, where inquiries began after they were personally attended by the Cadeo. Questioning went on for hours. Was there any expectation of a torpedo? Were there any demands? No. All was without warning. And many were killed simply because they had been placed at the bow, where the torpedo struck. In detail, how would you describe the events chronologically? First, I was woken by an explosion, likely the torpedo. People began screaming immediately, the lights flickered, and we heard the ship groan like a giant. We were ordered onto boats. Then, some officers died and scores burned as the middle section of the ship exploded. Debris fell and she began dipping. I managed to swim away. The submarine took us. Many were executed, except those who looked useful. The SS Louis was a great loss. Her owner, the Barcelona Steamship Navigation Company, was compensated in financial terms, and the company would offer the 8 survivors free passage on any of their ships. Just as well, the Louis proved to be one of the most powerful symbols of the Octavian war effort. That year, however, the Octavian government saw the writing on the wall, and peace was met. Teutonia had taken what they desired, but Octavium's people would never forget the unprecedented disaster at sea, marked by terror and tragedy.